So we have here three additional questions on how to solve literal equation. For these three different equations, we are solving for p. So we want to isolate our p. So on the right side, if you notice, p is being multiplied to 1 minus y. Since we do have a multiplication, we have to undo the multiplication, which is division. Okay, so I don't need my 1 minus y here, so I need to remove that. Now the question is, what is the operation between the p and 1 minus y? We said is a multiplication. So to undo 1 minus y, I have to divide. Okay, 1 minus y. This will cancel out, so your p is just equal to g over 1 minus y. Okay, so that's the first example. For the second one, it's very similar. Okay, in this case, I have p times x plus y. I need my p. Okay, and the p is on the right side of the equation. So what you need to do is try to figure out what is the operation between the variable that I want and then the rest of the expression. So that's p times x plus y. So again, I don't need my x plus y. We need to get rid of this. So I am going to divide by x plus y. Okay? So of course, we have to do this both sides. So I will have here now d over x plus y equals p. If you're not comfortable looking at this equation, you may rewrite this. P equals d over x plus y. We are not going to discuss the property, but I will just mention this to you guys, symmetric property. This is your symmetric property. You're going to hear this again well throughout the year, but also in geometry. Symmetric property means you switch. The one to the left will go to the right, the one to the right will go to the left, but they are the same meaning. Okay, so there we go. That's the second example. Now look at the third example. Okay, if you could just stop what you're doing right now and just look at the third example. Okay, look at the p. P is like not on the outside. P is inside the parentheses. Okay, so we cannot just divide right away by x plus p because we need the p, and if we are going to introduce another p, let's say if you will divide by x plus p, you don't want to do this because if you want the p and you want to introduce another p, that will make it more complicated. So if the variable that you want is inside the parentheses, try to get rid of the parentheses first. So how can I remove my parentheses here? We distribute. Okay, we are going to distribute. I cannot minus x because x is inside the parentheses. Okay, we have to remove the parentheses first, and to remove that, we need to distribute. So I will have here ax plus ap. Okay, now we don't have any more parentheses. If you look at the right side, I need my p. So the way we did this last time is that we try to cover this. Okay, because our attention is on the right side of the equation, and we do have here ax in there. So I need to get rid of my ax. So we have to know the operation or the sign of ax. So ax is just a plus sign, right? We have a positive ax. So to remove ax, I need to subtract ax to both sides. Bring down your ap. You will have now y minus ax equals a times p. Again, I need my p. There's another variable in there, which is your a. And what is the operation between a and p? It's just a multiplication. So to remove your a, I need to use the opposite. So I will divide by a. So your p now is equal to y minus ax divided by a. We can separate our numerator if you want. So if you don't see this as an option, okay, let me try to move my work. That's done. But just in case you don't see this as an option, then try to separate your your numerator, okay? So some cases, this could be the final answer. But if you don't see this one, then try to separate. And then we can cancel the a here. So you'll end up getting y over a minus x equals p. So if you don't see this as one of the options, then try to continue and check if you'll be able to find this as part of your options. Okay, so there we go. So the first three examples I explained earlier, we are going to need those examples to solve this problem here, because they're actually the same. So again, I'm solving for p, but if you notice on the right side, how many p's do I have? Okay, we can't solve p if we have two p's. We want to have one p only. So whenever you have two variables, okay, I mean two same variables, we want those two variables to become one. So what I'm going to do here is to distribute, or not distribute, to undistribute. Okay, I'll just use the term undistribute. The actual term for that is to factor. Okay, but right now we don't know factoring yet, so I'll just undistribute my p. So when you undistribute the p here, you'll end up getting 1 minus y. Okay? Again, if you will go back and distribute your p to your 1 minus y, what's going to happen is that you will have p here, and then here you'll get minus py. Okay, which is this problem over here. So what I did is from this step going back to this step. So we undistributed the p. Okay, so from here it went there, from here it went there. So p times 1 minus y. Question? Okay, I need the p. Now this is very familiar to you now because we just did this earlier. So I need to get rid of my y minus y. So I'll divide 1 minus y. This will cancel out. Remember, this is like one quantity, okay? So we can cancel this one out as one quantity. So you'll get g over 1 minus y equals p. Okay? So that will be your answer. Okay. On the right side, still we are solving for p, and we have here two variable p. The problem this time is that the p are on the opposite side of the equation. In this particular problem, the variable that I need is on the same side. So I can just undistribute the p. Okay. So what we need to do here is to move the p's so that they'll be on the same side of the equation. All right. So it should make sense that I will move my positive xp to the other side of the equation so that the p will be on the same side. So how should I undo my plus xp? That's plus. Then it should make sense that I will subtract both sides. Okay, so this will cancel out. I will have now d equals py minus xp. These are not like terms, so I cannot simplify it further. On a similar situation, I have now p here and p here. I have two variable p. So what should I do to make those two p's just one? We're going to use the term again. Okay. So how I'm going to undistribute my p? What should be inside my parentheses? Y minus x. There you go. Here, I hope you were not confused. There's p has one besides the p. Okay, we know every time that there's a variable, you don't see the coefficient. It's always one. It's like the shadow. There's a shadow in there always, which is equal to 1. So when you brought out the p outside the parentheses, that shadow will stay there. Okay. All right. So how do we continue? I need to remove my y minus x, right? So now divide by, again, why we are dividing? Because this is p times, okay? So this quantity is being multiplied to your p. So I'll divide by y minus x, divide by y minus x. You'll get p equals d over y minus x. Okay, so that will be the final answer. Okay, take this suggestion over here. In any math problem, okay, what you need to do, let's say you have your notes, right? You already written your notes. Get a blank piece of paper. Put that paper on top of the solution, okay? And then try to solve this again without even looking at the solution. And if you forgot how to solve it, then that's when you're going to pick, oh, what did we do again? Oh, that's what we did, okay? It will guide you what to do, okay? So that's how you study, that's how you review, okay? So now that you see that, oh, that's minus xp, then you cover it again, then you solve using this piece of paper, okay? Until you're stuck again, oh, what should I do next? Then you pick again, check what's the next step, okay? Until you'll be able to get the answer. Then 2 or 3 days from now, do the same steps again, okay? Because it will tell you the procedure on how to solve problems like this, okay? So that's my suggestion for this type of, for any math question, equations, literal equation, any math question,